We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined.
The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure.
In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance?
There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact.
So, what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
"14 years after its release, you still see phantoms transiting the lands of Lordran, echoes of players on their journeys who crossed paths with yours for a fleeting moment, messages, bloodstains and vagrants, the traces they left behind. The bells of awakening still ring in Lordran. This is another world, covered in messages. The people and entities that spent their time here placed signposts everywhere. Informational signs, silly signs, thoughtful signs. One goofball with a VR headset found out you could write on the backs of them too. There's even a library where you can take a book off a shelf at random and read whatever someone cared to write. This Minecraft server is not very active anymore. It started a little over a year ago and ran its course, as these things tend to do. What is there to do once you've made a build or two? Checked your mail at the post office, visited the map room. Things have a way of ending. The clock tower goes unfinished. Someone stops logging in to check their mail. And why send mail in the first place if no one is reading it? Why read your mail if no one is sending it? My Warcraft guild is dead. We were role players. We made characters and made up all these stories about those characters, spanning years, hundreds, maybe thousands of hours spent together, inhabiting imaginary worlds. So many imaginary stories, all gone. There's no signpost here, no bloodstain, no message, no vagrant. Nobody who visits the Tower of Azra today will know what happened here. There's no way for anyone to know that this was the spot that Catherine escaped the cultists on her own. Project Violet, that mad wizard's sacrifice of the eternal villain, Ceres, who I never rescued from deep home. Azeroth remembers none of it. Is that it then? Is that the point of the video? That all things come to an end, and all things will be forgotten in time? I find so much joy and meaning in making videos, and I want those videos to bring joy and meaning too. So please, try to bear with me. I used to struggle a lot with the concept of impermanence. Isaac Asimov's story, The Last Question, really affected me as a teen. Finding out that the universe itself could eventually come to some kind of end genuinely irked me. I'm older and have smaller problems now. The air conditioning in my car doesn't work, and I frankly don't care how much it contributes to the net entropy of the universe to get it fixed. But even so, I still struggle with impermanence. I think it's something about how my autistic mind reviles change. When things are good, I'm haunted by the idea that the good times might eventually end. When things are bad, The only future I can conceptualize is one where I do my best to tolerate the bad, forever. Yet strangely enough, the endings are often my favorite part of a story. There's something painfully beautiful to me about the ending of The Lord of the Rings. After Sauron is destroyed and everyone is left to find their places in the new world they've created. Sam finding a family. Gandalf succeeding in making himself obsolete, fading to stone. How much will Middle-earth remember of him? Part of the allure of early Minecraft was its promise of infinity. The 2010 release, InfDev, laid the bedrock for modern Minecraft. It offered infinity in two ways. It was the first version of Minecraft to feature an endless world. Procedural generation now is somewhat blasé, but at the time it was noteworthy that you could travel in any direction, forever, and there would always be more world to explore. The fact that there was technically some kind of edge, the Farlands, was a novelty at the time, so much so that you could make an entire channel around it. InfDev set the stage for a second kind of infinity, infinite development. The idea that the creator would keep making updates for the game, and buying a license now would entitle you to a long future of novel gameplay. You might never run out of game, because they'd just keep making more of it. It don't like this place very much. I'm busting out of here. This is so much better. So where was I? Right. Continual updates are now somewhat blasé, but at the time it was noteworthy that you could expect regular updates for free, in an era when expansion packs were still the norm. I remember Friday at school, impatient to get to my mom's house so I could play the Halloween update. Don't care if you don't think my green screen fits on the train, I'm bringing it anyways. Minecraft does, of course, have an end now. You can do some progression, kill the dragon, see some credits. But that's not actually the end, not really. After the credits, after this alleged end, you're dropped right back into your world and you can keep playing for as long as you want. Minecraft doesn't have the brash confidence some games do to delete your save. An end does not have to be a physical place, as with the Farlands. It doesn't even have to be a point in time, as in the last question, or a moment in the narrative, like Lord of the Rings. In Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, the true end of the galaxy is near its center, Trantor, the capital of an empire in decline, where megastructures rot and erode. The end is empty streets, unopened mail, derelict messages of the day. Would you believe me if I told you this was supposed to be a light-hearted video? After so many intense videos, I wanted to make something nice, something gentle, something kind. I guess I found this little melancholy corner anyways. I'm kind of scared that I've lost the ability to make fun, cheerful things, like the enthusiasm's gone away, and left me empty inside. But it is not true. Part 2. The vast, Immortal Sea. It is not true, this alleged ending. This Minecraft server was not the end, it was the beginning. The server was made by people and entities who all enjoyed watching a particular streamer, and it was one of the very first things they did together on their own. A space that they created for themselves. This isn't a rotting empire, this is evidence. You can't build this much together, create so much together, without also building some kind of connection. They didn't use mods or server commands. Someone had to mine all of this stone themselves. The server may be empty, but the connections that started here continue. They have nicknames for each other now, inside jokes and memes, sometimes arguments, and of course, routines. The steady rhythm of lives lived in contact with other lives. Ebbs and flows. My partner and I don't need Azeroth anymore because we share the infinitude of our mundane lives together. Ceri's rescue from Defam can wait. It's impromptu anime night, and we have to figure out how to fit too many people on too small of a couch.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Sorry for the false ending. I had to make sure everyone involved got a happy one. But what happens to the server itself after everyone is gone? Part 2. The vast, Immortal Sea. Do you believe that locations have an essence? Something resembling a soul, but for a place? Does being somewhere that something happened put you closer to that event? This is a golf course. You come here to play golf, ostensibly. When I come here, I feel the weight of the world lifted from my shoulders. There's so much minutiae, lovingly crafted. Blue polyflowers, charming colours and shapes. My sibling says that virtual worlds feel like being wrapped up in a feeling. This one feels like being wrapped up in kindness and love. It feels like warm sunlight. I wish I could wrap up everyone in that feeling. ZQLK wrote a poem here once. It goes, I wanna be a low poly little NB golfer, with NB shorts and scraggly hair, a ball hole problem solver, all edges sharp, the colours bare, vertex shading everywhere. No textures are involved here. There I'm standing at the tee. Lorez flowers comfort me. It is all I wanna be. A little NB golfer. Not one iota of this poem is etched onto this world, and yet Quixote Valley, Hole 10, will always and forever be, for me, the spot that ZQLK wrote Little NB Golfer. But maybe you believe the opposite, that the arrow of time points only one way, and that thinking what's past could somehow still be present is magical and superstitious at best. If that is the case, then fragments of the past become even more precious. The composer of the music we're listening to right now, Kirill Pokrovsky, is dead. And yet across the infinite gulf of time and mortality itself, his music still affects me. Something of Kirill Pokrovsky still acts in this world. But what about smaller things? Seemingly less important things. My granddad died when I was very little. I have only fragmented, childish memories of him. I remember when he would take me to the hardware store. I remember riding on the bench seat of his pickup at night after my parents divorced. I remember a time I did something dangerous, and he was pretty upset. I did not remember what his voice sounded like, until one day, when I was a teen, my grandmother's voicemail message suddenly became his voice. Somewhere in the Byzantine structures of a national telecommunications company, this old recording had been preserved, and some technological or bureaucratic quirk resurfaced his voice. Lost voicemail recordings, old cassette tapes found in thrift stores. Maybe their mundanity is the very thing that makes them special, a singular moment of someone's life encoded in media and flung blindly into the sea. I know entities who collect and cherish such things. Hazel is someone I met while streaming. She collects abandoned and lost media, old home videos, cassette tapes, answering machine recordings, floatsome and jetsam, washed ashore. Being able to record oneself now is somewhat blasé, but there was a time when making a recording, leaving a mark in the world that might endure longer than you, that matters to people. And so they took their camcorder, their shoebox cassette recorder, and they pointed it at what mattered. To them.
Give me a call. Let me make sure you got home okay.
Anyway, you take care and I love you, Harry. Bye-bye.
Called to say hi, see how your afternoon was going, buddy.
Hey Lacey, it's me, Krista. Call me back when you get this message. Bye.
Impressions cherished, until eventually the line of inheritance was severed. Someone died. An estate was liquidated. An unopened box was sent to the thrift store. And then, from the thrift store and the yard sale, to Hazel, to me, to you.
We look for the body. The surface. We look. We look. Our boats patrol. We don't see. What he has grand garnered another soul. We're sorry.
Peering backwards through time, through the soft cataracts of film grain, amber, with age. Recut, re-recorded, warped, edited, preserved. You can see people, smiles, nothing more than abstract shapes, undeniably human, transferred from film to film to codecs, to bytes to packets, to you. The outro card to this one says, the video that you have just viewed is an attempt to put together film clips of an era belonging to the past, which were originally 8mm and transferred to videotape, added to the longshore scenes, are from the numerous picnics of local 50 plus scenes from activities of local 50 pensioners. The purpose of this tape is to give a bird's eye view of what has transpired in the past, and mainly for personal viewing, and not intended for any monetary purpose, only to remember those who are no longer with us, and perhaps aid those who follow. Thank you. Now that you know what lost ephemera is, and what it means to me, I want to share a few of the figments I've collected. Indulge me this final movement, if you like, and let's see what we can bottle from that vast immortal sea. This is a website. It says, between 2009 and 2012, iPhones had a built-in Send to YouTube button in the Photos app. Many of these uploads kept their default file names, creating a time capsule of raw, unedited moments from random lives. Hazel says that she found the longshore tape at an abandoned train car on a rail line by their town that no longer runs. But all you have to do is open a tab, dip your hands into that vast immortal sea, and see what you walk away with. While you're doing that, why not check this video's description to see if Hazel's left you any notes. VRChat worlds were the original topic for this video. I can't step foot in one without feeling something. People wrap so much of themselves into these digital places. Some have bizarre visual effects that are impossible to describe. Some have music I feel like I've heard before, but I can't remember where. Many possess a strange feeling of familiarity, as one Twitch chatter said. This is a moonlit night. This is pocket rain. I come here when I feel anxious and overwhelmed. This one is called Stomachid. Description: a place I created for the sole purpose of having an area to clear my mind. This one is poorly optimized and unpolished, and yet someone still fought against the obscurities of the Unity engine to make a place in their mind real, a place that I could stand. This is a museum of VRChat history. This is a place to tell stories. Real or fake. This one is called Echoes of Dysphoria. Description: Echoes of Dysphoria invite you to explore the quiet, often painful moments a trans people experience. The solitude, the searching, the struggle for self-understanding. There is truth to this place, if you're willing to listen for it. I feel very privileged when someone chooses to share a painful part of their self. In sharing, they help me to connect with the painful parts of myself. One world I visited was not much more than a black room. Scratched on the walls were messages of the author's anguish, frustration, and self-loathing. Here's a spot to watch YouTube videos with your friends. Once, someone was choosing a new name for themselves. They came to my stream and asked if they could call themselves Lillian. This is a golf course. You come here to give away your name, happily. Here is a spot to find a piece of yourself. This avatar is a copy of a Miku Miku dance model published on a website which no longer exists. While I was fighting for my life against a hellfire system that refused to acknowledge my existence, someone else was making a model of a video game character for a piece of 2011 abandonware. It passed through so many hands to reach me, and it bears the impressions of everyone who touched it before me. Fan art for 2011 abandonware. My body was made to dance.
Well, we're sitting out here in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and standing there here and looking at, actually we're laying on the flag bags, and oh, it's so cool. I'm seeing stars that I've never seen before in my life. We are moving through the ice very slow because we have a cracked hull. But that's okay. We will maintain. We are the Staten Island. We will get back to Seattle because we are the Staten Island.
350 kilometers south from the Staten Island's home port is a small town called Depot Bay. US Coast Guard ships were in the bay this year, recognizing an event called the Fleet of Flowers. There are several plaques in Depot Bay. One says, "From this harbour, in storm, departed Roy Bower and Jack Chambers on a mission of rescue." It is not true. Life is not slain by death. The vast, immortal sea shall have her own, shall garner to her this expiring breath, shall reap where she has sown. This is the world that made me want to make this video originally. It's called the Autumn Lodge. That's the lodge. If you follow that path, there's a tree that makes Among Us noises. Down this well, there's a little hangout spot with some games and an Enderman that jump scares you. It really feels like the hangout spot for a friend group that's just a bit younger than me. My Minecraft didn't have Endermen. There's also a grave. Emily Hale died just shy of 17. A smile is the best gift I can get.